Hello, my loves, and welcome to this episode of the Quantum Awakening podcast. Now, this episode is going to be very different to what I usually do. It is going to take you on a journey. I would love you to keep an open mind because this one is pretty wild. It is something I had never experienced before, and though it was really cool. So, strap yourselves in. We're going on a journey. This is based off a meditation I had experienced. So, yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to set the scene. I was in Byron Bay at a retreat, and I was receiving this incredible sound healing. Now, in the past, I haven't really been fond of sound healings because I just kind of sit there and my mind would run amok. And though since the previous one I did, I've done a lot more meditation and I was able to drop in really easily. So I was just able to relax and enjoy the sound. It was really beautiful. And then I started seeing things. And with my eyes closed, I was seeing these shapes and colors just like kaleidoscope and merge in on themselves. I was like, what is going on? Usually my meditations aren't that visual. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. Let's see where this goes. And I'm trying to like figure out what these shapes and colors actually are. And the more I kind of put my focus on it, the more it gets blurrier or just disappears. So I'm like, oh, whatever. Eventually I just give up. I'm just going to let it be and just observe. And then as soon as I do that, this light opens up from this kaleidoscopic structure of shape and color, and my soul goes up this light pillar and into it. And I'm like, whoa. My whole body is tingling. What is happening? And once I get into it, I end up on a spaceship. I'm like, okay, this is getting even more wild. What else is going to happen on here? And then I meet this being, and it's a being that I've never ever met or encountered before in meditations. After doing some research, it turns out it was a mantis star being, a galactic being of light. So this mantis star race, they look like insects, primarily like praying mantises. That's mainly what came through for me anyway in my experience. They can come in a few different colors, though the one I saw was like this brown and gold. It was also wearing this kind of cloak too, so I couldn't see the whole body. It didn't, from what I saw, have like the full 6 legs. It kind of stood up like a human and had the pincers and everything. It was so wild. Literally so wild. And though it was very, very lovely, very intellectual, very straight and matter of fact. There was not a lot of like emotion there. It was like pure facts. I introduced myself. It introduces itself. And then I'm like, okay, tell me a bit about you guys. What's your deal? And it starts telling me how it is responsible for creating plant matter on Earth. And it literally shows me this process where it's using sacred geometry and energy to create the cellular structures, the atomic structures of plants. And I could just see these like shapes and this orb and colors, and then literally all these atoms coming together to create this leaf. I was like, wow, this is cool. This is not what I was expecting. And then it was telling me a little bit about its history and how it would work with the Pleiadians and the Pleiadians or the Arcturians? I think it was the Arcturians and the Lyrans. These are other galactic races to create Earth itself. I was like, okay, this is getting more and more cool, more and more wild. And I'm a little bit freaking out right now. And this is sober, by the way. I don't do any other things. So I was just like, wow. All in on this experience. And then it gives me some healing. I received this pink carnation, this beautiful pink flower, and it goes into my third eye, drops down past my throat and into my heart chakra, and this golden light then comes shooting out of my heart, and it's literally clearing and healing all this grief I was carrying from my relationship ending. And it literally brings tears to my eyes. That's how powerful it was. It was releasing all this stored energy in there. So that was incredible. I'm very grateful for that. And then at the end of it, I was like, okay, do you have any gifts for me, for humanity? And then it shows me this like golden hook, like Maui's hook from Moana. A little bit different though. It's like gold and there's the shape's slightly different. I'm like, okay, this is cool. What is it? What do I do with it? And it's like, it's this earth tether. And it showed me how to use it. And it's connected to your base chakra. And what it does is keep you grounded to the earth and allow that energy to be integrated into your body. And for me especially, it's really good because I spend a lot of time in the higher ether, the spiritual world, not a lot of time in my body or connected to the earth. So I was like, oh, this is such a great tool. And it also helps bring up that fifth dimensional earth energy into your being. So this fifth dimensional earth energy can help you with the awakening and the ascension that's happening on earth at this time. And it can lessen the ascension symptoms. You might find that there's phases that you go through and you might get really emotional, or you might get sick out of nowhere and there's no real explanation of it. That's usually connected with your vibration raising and you shedding a lot of stuff that's out of alignment. So it also helped with that. And yeah, so that was the meditation experience. I then had to come back because the sound healing was over. I was like, wow, that was so cool. And after I came out of it, my root chakra at the very base of my spine, it was hot. It was hot. It literally, I could feel the heat against the yoga mat, and when I went to put my hand there, I could feel the heat just radiating off it. I was like, whoa, that is wild. And then I was like, okay, that was such a wild experience. I need to like capture that. And I've been creating this artwork. Hold on, I'll grab it. Here it is. So it's very early stages. It's the mantis head. And in creating this artwork, I'm unconsciously connecting with these galactic beings. And I'm just drawing, and then this light language that I've never heard just starts pouring through me. I'm like, this is wild. You guys probably know what my light language sounds like on the regular basis. This sounds so different. It's really like nasally and just really different. I'll try and demo it. I'll channel my light language first. Yarna karatea rotchekia nakara no korataya nakaraya karunashia ratakaya nakiatu onu karada nakaratea no kotashi karanai karatea. So that's my light language. And then their light language is so different and something I had never ever heard before either. So let's set the intention to channel the mantis. Sounds so different. And I was connecting with what was coming through, and it was so interesting. So interesting. So the transmission was bringing through this 12th dimensional energy and infusing your physical cells with more light frequency to help with the ascension happening on Earth. And also to connect you with the Earth itself. So it was so fascinating. Like, I was hearing all these messages come through while I was channeling it. I was like, this is so wild. And though sometimes when I'm channeling and I'm hearing stuff at the same time, like, I can miss bits and pieces. So that is my best recollection. So that was my first ever encounter with the Mantis Galactic Guides. And I will probably never ever forget that experience because it was so vivid. So that is the end of this episode. If you enjoyed, please let me know. If you want to hear more of my wild meditations, I would love to know. Otherwise, this may be a once-off kind of thing because it was pretty out there. So if you enjoyed, let me know. If you've had your own experience with the Mantis Galactic Guides or other Galactic Guides, please reach out to me on Instagram. I would love to hear your experience and know what codes, what amazing things happen for you. So reach out to me on Instagram at Shana Teresa and let's have a chat. Keep an eye out for more episodes to come and have a beautiful day, my loves.